Or is something that just happened, and why did you want to do it at this moment?
Well, that is the question I don't know how to answer. Why?
Why?
It just...
But it came from you?
No, I was... I have the very deep connection with Czechoslovakia, with Czech and Slovak republics, because I was studied there, so I spent the most important 5 years of my life there. And I'm like, feel that that is somehow my land, that I can find there the point of views or stories which are important to me. And I did like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago probably, the mini-series for HBO Europe in Czech about my personal experience somehow, about 68, about the Prague Spring and demolition of the young student Jan Palach. And it was one of the most important work for me I did. And great experience. And then when I was showing it to the audience in Czech Republic and over the world, I received this script of Charlatan. And because I was like well disposed, I was still inside of my Czech experience, I read it very quickly and I found that that the story has several layers, and all those layers are pretty mysterious, and all of them somehow corresponds with the questions I was asking for many years in the movies I did or in the life. But at the same time, nothing was like similar like what I did before. So I said that yes, I would like to do it, but that I have several other projects I committed to movies and one TV series. So if they will wait for me, we can try to do it. And I did those 2 movies and the TV series, and 4 years passed, or maybe 5 even. And then came the moment when they've been waiting for me, everybody, you know, the producers, the writer, the main actor who we casted before. And when I finally, immediately after finishing the previous film, I came to Prague, and suddenly I didn't know why I wanted to do it. It was one of the most terrible moments in my career, because suddenly I was thinking, fuck, I don't remember why. So I don't know why.
And do you know the story of the
No, I didn't. It was forgotten. The story was forgotten. I never heard about it. And actually, most of people, when we've been telling we are doing the film about Jan Mikolášek, they said, who? And after, wait a moment, this herbalist, this guy who had so many patients over the years, oh, my grandmother, or my, you know, and suddenly it appeared that practically everybody knew somebody in the past, or had somebody in his family who was killed, or at least seen by Mikolášek. So he was really very famous in his times. But, you know, after he went to the prison, after he came back, but no one never healed again, never met his assistant, just disappeared and died.
And it's something, you know, because it's really true during a period of the Czechoslovakian story, and what it gives us to our public, that they are not they don't know a lot what happened there. Give us, you know, these incredible, traversée, like say, from the 30s to the 70s, with all these, you know, terrible moments that the Czech Republic got during all these, you know, the Germans, after the communism, after everything, you know.
Yeah, but you know what I liked about it when I read the script and after when I was thinking how to do it was that it is epic scope but very intimate story, you know. And a lot of informations you have to pass through, but at the same time they are talking a little, they are not talking much.
But that's right.
Yeah, so this journey, you know, this journey we are going with him is like somehow unpredictable, I think. And what I really like is that the love story, which is for me the emotional core of the film, starts in the middle of the film.
Because that was very risky at times to have a love story like.
Yeah, but the construction is like that, and well, it is you know it is important, of course, that is the destiny of this citizen of Central Europe in the first part of 20th century, who has to become the hero or the conformist, who, in order to survive and to do what he wants to do, has to accommodate to the several regimes. That is one layer of the story. Another layer is the gift you have. Because he had the gift, apparently. He was efficient in what he was doing. And special. And what is the price you are paying for this gift? And the third layer is what is the mystery of the nature? How you can take the power from the nature and in the same time refuse or hide your own nature, be afraid or be ashamed of your own nature, and why he by the end betrayed his love, by fear, just by pure fear to die, to be killed. And you know, it's like somebody who is incredibly powerful in what he's doing, and at the same time it's full of, you know, of shit somehow.
It's a very complex character, and that's why it's so we are so attached to this story, because at the same time sometimes we almost hate him, and sometimes we are completely aside of him, you know, and that's what it's very strong in this story. At the end, he's even at the end, he's trying to survive himself, you know, and sacrificing his great lover at the same time, you know, and that it's, but we can understand him. That's what it's at the same time. It's what for me I felt when I saw the movie. And the actor you knew him before, or the main actor?
Yes, yeah, I knew him. He's one of the most famous Czech actors, and he already acted in this miniseries I was talking about. So I knew that he has the depth and some kind of, you know, charisma to embody this strange man. But we had the problem, and I knew that I can, with the makeup, to change him from like 45 to 65. But I didn't know how to find the good actor who can play him young. And here the fact that we've been waiting 5 years was very good, because Ivan, the main actor, he has 4 sons. And I didn't know that his second son, Joseph, that he looks like him, that he behaves like him, and that he wants to be an actor. So when I read the script, the boy was 14 and was too young to play young Mikolaszek, but when we finally started to shoot it, he was 18 and was perfect. So I have son and father playing one character.
And it's what it's really as well, you know. You let we didn't finish exactly with normal in a film like this. You describe what happens with the characters and everything, and you just didn't want to put it.
No, I didn't. No, I like this end. I think that the end is perfect. If you know, it's very difficult to end the movie, and sometimes I have the problems with the endings I found, but this time not. And you know, we are living in the time when the people want everything to be very literary, wants everything to be very Manichaean, that it's here and here, right and wrong, white and black. And I'm just tired of that. I think that we are destroying our brains and our souls by simplifying everything. And that simplification is a kind of lie.
Your career went through a lot of countries, a lot of language, a lot of. You made films in Poland, I think in Republic Czech. You made it in England, in the States, in France. It's something very particular. That you went through all these countries, all these. It's the stories that and the scripts that guide you, or it's a choice of the countries or something that is to be with your life or something.
Well, certainly, you know, some films I wrote myself, but mostly, especially in the second part of my career when I left Poland, I write it with somebody, or quite often the things are coming to me, because I have a lot of script which are sent to me, and sometimes I read it and find it interesting, but I know that it's not for me, even if I see the successful movie inside. And that is, you know, making movies is a bit like life. It means it's like a journey somehow. When I'm doing one film, it's a station, and after, from this one film, I have to go to another place. And like that, it can appear that my films are eclectic, they are very different. Some are periods, some are contemporary, some are the adaptations, some are like documentary-like, and but in reality, it makes one journey, and I didn't make every movies I wanted to, but I never made the film which I didn't want to. So some are stronger, some are weaker, some are a little, you know, crippled, but they you know, they are okay. They are, you can watch them. Even
yes,
old movies today are watchable.
We don't have a lot of time because everybody has to go home, as you know. But I would love if there is any question from you, any that you could try to.
Hello, good evening. I was wondering if you have a favorite sequence in the movie, one that you particularly liked.
In this one?
In this one. Or how?
I was telling already about the ending, that I like the ending, and I like this scene when the old lady is teaching the young Mikolaszek how to read the urine. And in general, I think that it is a little ironic that the main hero of the story is urine, you know, and we tried to photograph it in very beautiful way, so it is like magic somehow.
No, the scene of apprentissage, it's all these things with the old lady that you know, bring us to the film, and they are very, 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 very strong. And the character of the old woman is very, you know, we are really sympathetic with her, you know, that it's.
Yeah, this actress who plays who plays Mulba Herova. She already played in my previous film a very important part. But she was playing in my school, in my student films. She was the main star of my last student film, or my diploma film. So it is some kind of, continuation.
You yourself, you lived in Czechoslovakia at the moment where the communism was still.
Yes, it was communist Czechoslovakia. It was from 67 till 72.
Yeah.
So I lived through the Prague Spring, democratization, communist party, which brought some kind of, liberal ideas to the society. The society became extremely, it was like Milan Kundera said, the carnival of freedom. And after the tanks came, Soviet tanks and Polish tanks and tanks of the Warsaw Pact army, and crushed it. And after it was still, like for 1 year, it was the real opposition among people, and exactly one young man put himself on fire to wake up the people and that it was my ministry about. And then everybody understood that probably it will be like that. So we have to accept it and conform ourselves to the situation. And then came very sad and very dark period called normalization. The communists called it normalization. In reality, it was the total conformization of the society, and nothing really lively cannot be born there. The cinema became terrible, and the Czech cinema before in 60s was wonderful. It was extremely powerful cinema. The literature went underground or to emigration. So it was for me very important experience to see how a revolution looks and how easy it is to crash the revolution.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay. Agnieszka, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you
hope
all.
to see you